Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to talk about my very first Byredo perfume. I decided to get this for my birthday, which was a few weeks ago, I'm not sure. And so I thought I would come on here and show what I got. Not a real unboxing because I've already opened it and worn it, and then also a review of this fragrance. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so Byredo has been out for a while, and I just really got into perfumes a couple years ago, and had seen it on YouTube and Instagram and stuff, but hadn't been that interested because of the price, and also because there was such mixed reviews. People would love it, but then everyone would complain about the performance of it. So I wasn't interested in buying an expensive perfume that I wasn't going to be able to smell or didn't last very long on my skin. But on Scentbox, they finally started getting some Byredo fragrances I was interested in trying on their site. So I got three, and the first one I received was actually Gypsy Water. And I sprayed it on and was not impressed. It literally smelled like water with a little spritz of lemon in it. And I couldn't really understand what the hype was for this fragrance. But I did get it when it was colder outside, so I kind of put it aside and decided to try it again when it warmed up. The next one I tried was Bal d'Afrique because I'd heard such great reviews about this one, and I love citrus fragrances. And while this one, I did not have the problem where I spritzed it and didn't smell anything, I just didn't smell what everybody was describing. So I thought, okay, this house just isn't for me. I'm one of those people that just isn't going to enjoy the perfumes like some people do. My nose isn't picking up what their nose does. But they finally got the one I had actually always wanted to try but had never had in stock, which is the Mojave Ghost. And came in the mail, and I spritzed it on expecting not to be that impressed, and it was love at first sniff for this one, and I was really excited because I actually liked the one that I really wanted to try. And then also kind of confused because I didn't understand how this one smelled so good, and the other two had also been raved about, and I wasn't a huge fan. I went back and smelled them, and I think it really was the weather that was affecting it. I don't think they perform well unless it's warm outside, your skin is warm, and the notes can start to kind of activate and project out. So let me go ahead and show you the box that it came in. I got the 100 ml bottle. And it looks like this. And then on the back, it has the information from the house on it. And here on that bottom part of the box, you can get like the batch code and all that information. I purchased this from Maxaroma. They already have this fragrance on their site, and it was already on sale for $220. I believe the 100 ml bottle retails for $280. So it was already actually at a good discounted price, $60 off on their site. And then I got an email from them saying that they were having a flash sale on certain brands, and Byredo was one of them. And the sale brought this price down to, I believe it was $170 or $172. And I thought, okay, this is probably going to be one of the lowest prices I can get this for. I went ahead and purchased it. It arrived in 2 days. And I was super excited because I got this for, I think, a very good price. Let's go ahead and open this up. So it has this outer sleeve right here. And then it has this box, and it has a big B on the front, and it has like a raised name here on the side. And I'm going to pop that open. And then your perfume comes housed in here with this card. And I did open it up when I first got it. I don't remember what it says now. I don't remember if it even says anything. Yeah, so just like a little note, I think, from the creator, which is it's a cute touch. And go ahead and put that back in here. And so let's go ahead and pull out the perfume itself. So here she is, my very first Byredo perfume, Mojave Ghost. Again, I got this in the 100 ml bottle. It has the nice magnetic cap, which I love. I love the aesthetic of this perfume. Another reason why I really wanted to try it. It's really simplistic and looks pretty on a vanity. So it has this cylindrical bottle shape, and then you get this information here on the bottle, on the bottom. So it has the name, the amount, made in France, and again, the batch code on it. So I'm going to go ahead and spritz this on. I've been wearing this for a while, so I know what it smells like, but this is just to kind of, again, give you thoughts on it. Smells so, 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 so good. Excuse me. So this is an amber floral fragrance that was released in 2014. So I'm very, very late to the game because so many people have had this, have gone through bottles of it, have been talking about it for years. And the top notes are sapodilla and ambrette. The middle notes are magnolia, violet, and sandalwood. And the base notes are ambergris and cedar. And this was why I wanted to really try this one. Not just the name, which the name is very cool. But I like sandalwood, I love ambergris, I love cedar, I love woody fragrances, and the sapodilla I was really curious about because I do love pear notes in my perfumes, and the first thing I get when I spritz this on is a blast of pear, but it's not like the regular like green or brown pears that you normally find in most grocery stores in the US. This really reminds me of Asian pear apples. I don't know if this is available in all states. When I lived in California, they were in all of our grocery stores. It's a very popular fruit there. I'm assuming it's in a lot of places. But that's really what it reminds me of. So while it doesn't smell like the pear note in like pear ink or like the Delinas that have the pear note or something like that, it really does smell like that apple, Asian pear apple category, and it smells fantastic. I love it. So very fresh. It's very light. It's airy. I don't know that I smell the magnolia and violet in the mid, but again, I'm not that familiar with magnolia and violet, so I don't particularly know what they smell like. I think violet is supposed to be like a sweet, soft, powdery note, and so I do pick up on that as it starts to dry down on my skin. Smell it from the bottle cap. No, from the bottle cap, it actually doesn't smell that fantastic. But on my hand, now that it's starting to dry down a bit, I still pick up the sapodilla, and I do pick up that note throughout the entire wear of the fragrance. But as it does start to dry down, I do start to get that kind of soft, sweet, powdery vibe in it, which is beautiful. And then as it dries down, more throughout the day, I do start to get that kind of more warm, kind of sexy skin and woody vibe to it, which I love. I love that kind of tone in the base notes of a lot of my fragrances. So to me, this smells great. I love it. It was, again, love at first sniff, 10 out of 10. I'm pretty sure I will go through this bottle and I will keep an eye out for another good sale and repurchase it when I do. The performance, I think, is not as bad as I was expecting. Some days it actually performs better than others. There was a really warm day that we had last week. I think it shot up to like 90 degrees, and I just put on one spritz on my neck and just stopped there because it was incredibly potent. And then after that dried down, I spritzed a couple more on my wrists. So I think the warmer it gets, the better this performs. It was very strong that day. It lasted for a very long time. And I was actually really quite impressed with her performance. I have worn this again on days where it was cooler. I was indoors. It was probably like low 70s outside. It was probably like 70 in my apartment. And I could still smell it. It still lasted a decent amount of time, but it didn't project as much. So I really do think this is dependent on the weather and your skin temperature. So I am excited to wear this more out as it is now slowly warming up more and more, and the hotter weather is starting to approach. Okay, now it's starting to smell better from the bottle. It might have just been the like leftover alcohol residue from when I first spritzed it. It smells fantastic. So I have to say, for the scent and how much I enjoy it and the performance I got, I want to say it lasts and projects. It actually projects on my skin, I want to say, for at least 4 to 5 hours. And then it's not something I necessarily smell as I move around. Like, it's not wafting as much, but when I put my wrist or my hand to my nose and smell it, I can still smell it on my skin. I want to say I spritzed it on in the morning, and when I clocked off of work, I could still smell it on my skin. Again, it wasn't projecting. It wasn't like leaving a trail, at least not that I could tell, because there was no one around to tell me if they could kind of smell it in the air. So the longevity isn't as bad as it seems like it is. It's that the projection doesn't really last more than a few hours. That doesn't bother me too much. I don't mind reapplying. And you can overspray it. I noticed that overspraying definitely makes the projection last longer, and it definitely lasts longer on your skin than it like was all day for me. And I had no real complaints about the performance. But again, for the sale that I got it on, and again, I got it at Maxaroma. It was already discounted, and then they had a flash sale, so I got it for like a 170. I have no complaints for the price or performance of this. Again, I don't know that I would say it's worth the full 280. I'd have to think about that. Like, if this ran out and I really wanted to wear it again and I couldn't find it on a sale, that's when I'll know if I think it's worth the full price, because I'm going to feel like I want it. I'm just going to shell out almost $300 for that. But this one so far, out of the 3 that I've tried from the line, this one is my absolute favorite. I really love it. If you can get a sample of it and you've been interested, I definitely recommend giving it a try. If you like a pear note, that pear note in there is strong. So if you don't like that, I'm not sure how much you would like this. Again, it's not the traditional pear smell. It is that more Asian pear apple. But I love that fruit. I miss it. I haven't had it in years since I left California. But I just think it's a really beautiful, that clean girl aesthetic that vibe people are going for, wearing a white t-shirt, some jeans, just going out. It's great for running errands. It's great for if you're going out for brunch, shopping, everyday wear. This could very easily be a signature scent. I could see if, God forbid, something happened to all my fragrances, I just had this one, I would be perfectly fine wearing this for a very long time. I'm sure once the cooler weather rolled in, then I'd be sad and would want other things, because I don't know what this is going to smell like once it cools down, but I have a feeling just from it being 70 and not performing as well, it's not a great fall and winter fragrance. Okay, so there is my unboxing and review for my very first Byredo fragrance. If you have any recommendations for me, please leave them down in the comments below. Again, I'm going to be giving Gypsy Water and Bal d'Afrique more wear now that it's starting to warm up out here, because I did try Gypsy Water on again the other day when it was hot outside, and it smelled fantastic. I was so surprised because, again, when I first tried it a few months ago, I was getting absolutely nothing but like slightly flavored lemon water. But I was getting the woody notes, I was getting the juniper berries, I was getting all the citruses. And then I tried it on again the other day, and it smelled good, but it didn't smell as good as the day before. So I'm going to test it out when it's consistently warm outside, and then if it smells as good as it did that one day, I might keep my eye out for another sale and add to that collection. But tell me your thoughts on the Byredo line. If you think that it's worth the price, if you have others that you think I should give a sniff test to. I really, really enjoy this one, and I'm very excited to have it in my collection. All right, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.